Did you hear who's back? Tim Tebow is back.
Oh,
He's now,
get your action
you're
figures
happy.
ready.
Speaking
I'm
of
so
Tebow,
excited.
dude, in person, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney.
Last week, fuck off.
Such a slow
I was a
burn.
foot away from Mitt Romney.
Okay.
but you can be jealous all you want. Here's some of his molecules.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
He was closer to Mitt once than he is to you now.
Yeah.
True.
Think about that.
Go ahead.
I liked him more than you. No, I was not on the podcast last weekend because I went to Star Wars Celebration. The big Star Wars event. I got a media badge, and so I was like, well, let's check this out. And I went and almost walked away with, but I couldn't quite put the money down. Fur from the original Ewok Tebow.
Wow.
There was an Ewok named Tebow. Not
All
Wicket.
right.
No, I don't have that Wicket money.
No,
but Tebow.
That's that Warwick.
It was
money.
Tebow's fur in a placard that said
Yeah.
"Official Return of the Jedi."
Wow.
This is Tebow's fur.
Was there any Chief Chirpa fur?
I didn't get it. No, but they did have low gray.
Oh, okay.
Low gray.
An elder.
And anyway, so I didn't get them. I was so close.
Yeah.
It was the only prop related thing at the show that was within my range.
Sure.
It was just I can't do it.
Yeah.
I know who did get them.
Oh.
I know who got him.
I do too.
I got it. I know.
Our good friend,
Yep.
Gamer Wars creator,
Yeah.
director,
Knew it!
producer,
Tommy
Damn, got
Tommy
that Tebow
Tallarico.
fur on
He got
deck.
a plaque with all the Ewoks.
No.
Whoa.
Wicket too.
All of them.
All
He's
of
got
them.
that
The
wicked
whole
money.
tribe.
Don't fool
The whole
yourself.
tribe.
Here.
Yeah. We
God damn,
Hey,
Tyler.
those
He's got
are
that wicked cat.
Honestly, hey, you want to hear something?
Yeah.
He probably got that dead one, that the one cries over, that we
Yeah.
all cry over.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
so sad.
hey,
Look out the hide of
that
the
is
dead
sad.
Ewok.
Let me throw some
Yeah.
shit down on that. By the way, let me
Right.
say this real quick.
Yeah.
A lot of people throw it in my face a lot. My favorite's Return of the Jedi. I don't think that's necessarily objectively the best Star Wars, but that's my favorite.
That's fine.
Okay.
Sure.
People constantly throw back at me, yeah, but the Ewoks suck, the Ewoks. And they put the Ewoks on the same level as Jar Jar Binks.
That's ridiculous.
As this movie-ruining thing. And let me just say this. I always point to that scene. There's a scene that an Ewok is shot and killed, and the other one is just
Rolls
over
its
it,
body
not knowing
over,
what
yeah.
to do. That right there eliminates your argument that there is an emotional scene, and I don't care who you are. Anybody I watch that with goes, "Oh, this
Yeah.
part." Oh.
That part.
That part
is
sucks.
the hardest thing to watch
Yeah.
for me in all of Star Wars.
I think a
the
lot of
dead
that.
Ewok.
A lot of that has to do with the sound design in whatever that
Yeah, he's so sad. He
It's like
falls
a
on
little
him.
cry
Oh
that
my
it gets
god.
out.
Oh,
And
he's
that-
so sad.
Dude,
That-
one Ewok is just crying over another dead Ewok. Just think about that shit.
That's fucking brutal.
Shut it.
To compare that to Jar Jar, which was nothing but a bad joke, you can't do that. Come on.
What's he talking
Imagine
about?
Jar Jar Binks crying over another dead Gungan. I might like him, but that happened with the Ewoks.
I might enjoy the guy. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if there's more to say about the behind the scenes athletes. I was going to say a couple quick things about the Star Wars thing.
Yeah, I want to hear about Celebration.
Yeah,
man.
I was just going to say. So I was there on the last day. I tried to go the first day of Star Wars Celebration. We had some stuff to do in LA, so I was like, well, I'll drive myself, and I'll go in the morning because this was in Anaheim, which is on the way to LA. In case you don't live in California. So I stopped by there in the morning and thinking, well, I'll check this out, and then in the afternoon I got to go to LA, so that'll be fine. I'll just check it out for a few hours. Well, that morning was when the Force Awakens panel happened with the new trailer, and J.J. Abrams was there and all that. It was such a madhouse down there. I was like, yeah, all right, let's check this out. And I
Really?
pulled into town, and it was like I had a choice to make. I had an appointment, too, to get some real FaceTime with Star Wars Battlefront, the new Battlefront.
that trailer is.
I was going to experience gameplay. I had an appointment, and I got into town, couldn't get anywhere. A guy is yelling at my car. I roll down the window. He tells me, "Are you registering?" And I was like, "I'm media badge." I just eked that out. And he's like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and park at Angel Stadium. Sign up for this bus, and they'll bus you in, and then and then go to the media thing. That might take a while, and I'm looking on the horizon at all these dudes who look like me dressed as Jedis, and I'm like, I can't.
You're not dressed as a Jedi.
I gotta go. So I the benefit of Star Wars Celebration being in that area is it is literally 4 feet from Disneyland. So I just went just turned the car
into Mickey
2
and Friends
feet,
parking
and
lot.
yeah, exactly. And I was right there, and there was no one there.
Oh.
So I got breakfast and looked and watched the thing on my phone. They were about to show the trailer, and I saw the trailer, and it was really funny. I was just eating breakfast by myself. Nobody was paying any attention to me, and then they played the trailer, and the last part of the trailer,
yeah,
I wasn't expecting, and I made a noise. I went, "Oh!" Sorry. Like 4 people were like, "Is he okay?" But anyway, so that's it. Anyway, point is, I went back on the last day on that Sunday, which is why I wasn't here. I went up and checked it out. It was the last day of the show, and it was cool. It was cool for a couple hours. You know, for a Star Wars event, you know, I'm just into the 3 old movies. I don't read the books.
Let me say,
whatever.
that's every convention. It's cool for a couple hours.
A couple hours, yeah. And that was exactly. I was surprised how big. I was expecting the show floor to be a lot smaller because what is it? It's a Star Wars, and it really shows you when you get there. It really is that big because every booth, it's all mom and pop booths. Not all of it, but a ton of it is, and it's all just here's some guy with all his 1997 Power of the Force figures,
and he's a collector selling.
and that's it. What do you need? You need
Wow.
you know, 21B Medic Droid. What do you need? And it's like, whoa! And then you go to another booth, and it's like this. I have artwork from all the books that they would have on the covers and stuff, and all the originals.
So these are the guys that go to other cons, but they
all converge there
come
with their Star
the
Wars.
Star Wars
Con of
shit.
cons.
Yeah. And it's funny because I walked in, I saw some people there, and I was just kind of hanging out and talking, and they had all these big sets on the show floor and vehicles from the movie, and I'm like, that's really cool. I made a joke like,
New movie?
yeah, they had actually a vehicle from the new trailer that
Wow.
that what's her name? I guess her name's Ray.
Yes.
Speeds away on, and so they had that there, and I'm like,
Big 2 boxy things. in the front.
and I was like, did the studios bring these? And then I corrected myself, like, well, of course, because no fan's gonna fucking make these.
Yeah.
And as I said that, this guy turns around. Excuse me. Actually, we did make these. I did. It was like a handful of people made that stuff. It was like stuff that they already had.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was I of course made them sound really flattering, but no, but some I don't know who it was that corrected
Just
me.
based on the
He was a
trailer-
dork,
just
but the
based
people who
fucking
made
nerds.
but the
Based
people who
off
made
the
them
trailer, they had already made some stuff.
yeah, and when I talked to one guy, I don't know if he was messing with me or not, but they had the deck of the Millennium Falcon that you could just walk in and take pictures and stuff. And I asked the guy about it, and he was like, "It's actually the Outrider." I was like, "I don't know if he's joking or not." That was Dash Rendar's ship in Shadows of the Empire. But he said, "I'm not." But he said, "But I'm not telling anybody." I don't know if that's true.
Oh, dude, you just let the fucking secret.
Fuck, great.
You just let it
Well,
fuck out, dude.
Outrunner, Chewie were
Well, shit,
home.
That's some insider shit.
Hey,
So anyway, so this
Chewie
one for a
Lee
couple
are
hours.
not home.
I don't think they should release another trailer for that movie. Maybe that's crazy.
I talked to Sean about that. As soon as it was over, I was like, "I've seen exactly what I wanted to see.
Yep.
I'm good."
I'm hyped
You know what?
now.
I wasn't gonna talk about Star Wars, but now that we're talking about this, I told these guys the other day I'm looking forward to the new movie, but I'm really worried that they're just gonna cram so much Star Wars stuff down my throat.
Yes.
Until that movie comes out, I'm like so scared. Because there's talk now about a spin-off movie.
Right.
There's talks about TV shows. I'm sure the
More.
Battlefront 3, all the stuff for the new video game is
Yeah.
coming out. And it's
Oh.
just like, hey, the new movie
Whoa.
looks cool. Let's take our time.
Hey,
Let's take it slow.
The consumerism is peaking because like Amazon already a week ago had ads saying, "Get ready for May the
Yeah.
4th. Get the Star
Dude,
Wars
it's like,
shopping
yo,
list done."
Hey, Star Wars.
It's like fuck off.
And I feel like we're still on our first date yet. Hand off my groin, please.
yeah,
Please.
I was going to
right
say.
there.
Just that's coming later, guaranteed. Let's just take it slow.
So that's what I was. That's what I was going to say. Was the last thing I was going to say about the convention. I was there when they showed the trailer. It's not online officially. There's people leaking it, but for the standalone there's a standalone Star Wars movie, Star Wars Rogue One, and they showed a teaser for it, and it's going to be a standalone movie in a totally different style, like a darker kind of style and all kinds of stuff about the crew that was tasked with stealing the Death Star plans. It's a standalone movie. It's
fuck,
not.
that
It's not.
sounds sick.
It's
It
not
all
episode.
sounds cool.
It's not episode 7 or 8 or 9.
No.
And yeah, real talk. That could be interesting.
It all sounds
All
cool.
I know is
Mon
like
Mothma that
people.
showed them
yeah,
that?
People
Yeah.
died, and it's like we don't really
Mini
know the story.
Bothans. A ton
Many
of
Bothans
Bothans
died. Well,
died.
that was the second.
Yeah, that's the
star.
second star. Sorry.
But
That's the second movie.
yeah, but that's second. Episode 2. But anyway, no. But while that's interesting, I was on the show floor when all that was happening, thinking, "Oh, I'm just hot off the episode 7 trailer. I don't."
Slow it down.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, and I told I was talking to Dominic about it,
all
and
cool.
he said this. He basically said how I feel. He's like, if episode 7, 8, and 9 came out, and then it was like, now what, and that showed up, I'd be stoked. But right now, I'm still trying to sell myself on. There's an episode 7. It's
8,
like
9.
it's too much. It's too much right now.
But get
see.
ready because it's not slowing down.
It ain't slowing down.
Well, it ain't slowing down.
Hey,
There's
Disney
some
owns
fucking
Marvel.
money.
Marvel has a new movie every weekend. This is going to be probably their new.
Hell yeah.
I'm not hearing very good things about the Avengers.
Me neither.
Hey, who?
I don't. No spoilers because I don't know anything.
Hey, you know what really annoyed me? I was talking to some friends and they said I was giving them shit about the Jared Leto Joker and how stupid I thought it looked, and they said, "Well, we're still going to see it." And I said, "No, I'm not."
No, I'm not.
And they said, "Yes, you are. You're going to see it." And I said, "No, I'm fucking not. Like, what is this?" And they kept insisting. I'm like, if there's a movie that I haven't seen the Avengers because I didn't want to, like, I'm not gonna see I'm not gonna see it. I don't give a shit about the Suicide Squad. Like,
Yeah, I'm not going to any of that.
Yeah, I feel like everybody who likes the Jared Leto thing, the thing they praise it for, they'll praise it and then they'll compare it to something, and I just feel like you don't know what you're talking about. Because I've seen people praising it and be like, yeah, he looks like a real like street vato gangster. I'd be like, I don't think you've met anybody like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or like, he looks like a real serial killer. Again, I don't.
well, they
I don't
had,
think
I've
so.
never
they
met a
had
serial
to
killer
change
something
it
like
up
that.
because Jack Nicholson was crazy, and then the darker version was Heath Ledger, and this one he's a psychopath. Yeah, he's fucking stupid looking. I don't know.
Jared Thorban in the chat said, and this is an interesting. I always think about this, and it is true.
Thorban, shout out.
Star Wars is such a part of culture, but people forget it was dead from 85 to about 96.
Yeah,
It's so funny because 97 is when they started doing figures again, and Shadows of the Empire, and this, and it became like kitschy to like it again.
Yeah.
And then they started talking prequels and all that stuff.
You know what?
But it's funny because then you watch movies like Mallrats, which is like 94,
Yeah.
and just them referencing Star Wars is a gag.
right.
Where they go, do or do not, there is no try. Just by saying that, it was a gag because who the fuck remembers Star Wars, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's like,
Interesting.
I don't
That's
feel like
when
Star
I-
Wars did die off.
No, it definitely
because
did.
It was dead.
I remember Star Wars, the trilogy would play on like USA
HBO,
all the time. They
all
played
the
on
time.
TV all the time, and I was constantly seeing Star Wars on TV.
I felt like, as a kid, I probably became a fan of Star Wars in '91, and I could not find anything. I couldn't find lightsabers. I couldn't find toys. I couldn't find
but you
shit.
just said you became a fan in '91, and that's when they're saying it's dead.
Right, exactly. So I couldn't find anything. Like, it was dead. Like, I couldn't
But that's the
find...
thing.
You found it.
My dad showed me a VHS tape of it, though.
yeah, that's not to say it was gone, but it wasn't part of the cultural zeitgeist in the way that it was when those movies originally came out until 97.
I found one...
It was a nerdy thing to reference until around 97, then it became everyone.
I had one shirt that said Darth Vader on it right there, and that was it, and I wore it all the time
It
because
just
that's
said Darth Vader's name.
It didn't have a picture?
Darth Vader. No picture, just that, and I wore it all the time because like that's the only
bad
Star
you
Wars
don't
thing I
still
could
have
find.
that.
I
That's
know.
crazy. That's a
Yeah.
cool sounding shirt.
It was real cool.
DV, dog.
Cool.